For today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Cup of coffee.
Not so much Scream. Not so much Scream on this one.
Yeah.
Because I think that the energy has been so just crushing.
Yeah. And it's not
crushing.
just been it's not just us that have been experiencing it. Even people on TikTok are talking about this energy is just not.
Well, it's everything.
And it's causing a lot of shit too.
Sure. Absolutely it is. And so we're recording this on September the 22nd of 2024. And a very happy birthday to Robert Phoenix.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Robert.
And I hope that he had a blessed day. I hope he understands how appreciated and respected and loved he is.
Mm-hmm.
The Chattaria community is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah.
Just good group of people.
Absolutely. I know that Joan was going to fix him a cake, and that Tom had said that her cakes are amazing.
Ooh.
So I hope everybody there had just a wonderful, blessed day.
Yeah. And
so to get out of the heavy energy and stuff, found this story the other day, and I thought it was just way cool. And this is Daily Mail, and it's by Jonathan Chadwick, and it was September the 17th, 2024. Van Gogh's Starry Night is scientifically accurate.
That is awesome.
I think it is. And Vincent van Gogh's The Starry Night is one of the most famous paintings in the world, recently voted by Brits as the greatest artwork of all time. Painted in 1890, the painting's legendary swirling backdrop has long been interpreted as a reflection of the artist's state of mind. Because there was schizophrenia.
Yeah, severe mental illness there.
At least that's what I was taught in college as far as the schizophrenia. And it's interesting because if you look through his work, you can see how, as the disease progressed, it affected his artwork and different colors and stuff like that. And I remember our art maestro, George Chabotelle, God love him, and he explained that Van Gogh got the swirling effects, what he would put layer upon layer upon layer, and then he would take his fingernails and scratch off, make the designs and stuff in it. Yeah. That it's not just the paintbrush.
That's
incredible. What I was told. And it says, a new study suggests the postmodernist masterpiece held at the Museum of Modern Art in New York actually has more scientific merit than history has given it credit. Researchers in China and France say it's an accurate reflection of a windy night showing hidden turbulence, swirling masses of air that cannot be seen with the naked eye. And today's The Starry Night is considered as his magnum opus, but Van Gogh referred to the painting as a failure months after he created it.
But it's not a failure.
It's definitely not a failure. I also like the sunflowers. I really do.
Yeah.
And lead study author, I'm not even going to try to pronounce these people's names because I'm not going to embarrass myself. But he's a PhD candidate at Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, said the art reveals a deep and intuitive understanding of natural phenomena. And the PhD candidate goes on to say, Van Gogh's precise representation of turbulence might be from studying the movement of clouds in the atmosphere, or an innate sense of how to capture the dynastic workings of the sky.
Yeah.
Dynamism.
I
think that's more like it. I think that there are artists that just on an innate, that's it.
Yeah.
Art is bringing the unseen into the seen a lot of times. Mm-hmm. And says that the Starry Night is a famous oil-on-canvas painting created by Van Gogh in June of 1989, a year before his death at the age of 37. People did not live long back then.
No, they really did not. What was going on?
Well, he had some schizophrenia.
But
it could have been syphilis also. I've heard that theory also.
Yeah, it could have been.
There's a lot of people that had syphilis. There's a lot of people still got syphilis.
I wonder why.
Really? At the time, it says the Dutchman was in an asylum in southern France, having voluntarily admitted himself in the aftermath of the ear incident. When you start cutting off body parts, there's a problem. Take that for what you would.
It wasn't the whole ear, though, was it?
It was,
But, like, schizophrenia can make you do a lot of real weird things. But I have always thought that they were sort of trapped in between realms.
Some of them, I think is when, like I said, when you take somebody's, when you slice your ear off,
when you slice your ear off, yeah. You're listening to the wrong voices there.
Absolutely. And the iconic painting is a depiction of his view out of the window from the asylum, featuring bright stars and a crescent moon in the night sky, with the addition of an imaginary village to complement the scene. And the sky is an explosion of colors and shapes, each star encapsulated in ripples of yellow and white. Meanwhile, gusts of wind, invisible to the naked eye, are visualizations of elaborate swirls, which the researchers call hidden turbulence. And Van Gogh's brush strokes created an illusion of sky movement. Like I said, I was told that his fingernails involved in some of these things, that it was not just flat. So convincing, it led atmospheric scientists to wonder how closely it aligns with the physics of real skies. For their study, the experts analyzed a high-resolution digital image of the painting to unravel the hidden turbulence in the painter's depiction of the sky. Specifically, they looked at the painting's 14 main whirling shapes and the spacing between the whirling brushstrokes that convey a sense of air movement from one point to another.
Smoke.
Yeah, according to the researchers, the painting supports a physical theory called cascading energy theory.
Cascading energy theory?
And this is where air moves from a larger circular current of air, an eddy, to a smaller circular current of air. It also supports a Russian mathematician's theory of turbulence, which describes how energy moves and behaves in a fluid when it flows in a chaotic or turbulent manner. The results suggested Vincent van Gogh had an innate understanding of atmospheric dynamics as he captured them with surprising accuracy. And in their new paper published in Physics of Fluids, the authors conclude the Dutchman made a very careful observation of turbulent winds. I think it was just innate. I really do. I don't know that he was necessarily studying that much.
I think it was smoke. He could have used smoke to study it.
That's true.
Because, like, for example, the vapes,
They can't see that.
I know. This is why we need the cameras. Watch how it like billows and it curls upon itself and just it's the same thing with the wind. It's just massive.
People had
and invisible
and different things like that. So it very well could have been that he had observed the smoke and different things. It said in this paper, they write, quote, he was able to reproduce not only the size of whirls and eddies, but also the relative distance and intensity in his painting. And it's unclear if the authors are suggesting Van Gogh had an awareness of atmospheric physics that we all have been unaware of until now, not necessarily, or whether it's just good fortune that the painting aligns with real-world physics. I think people used to be a lot more observant than they are now.
They used to be.
Yeah, it says, ultimately, interpretations about the famous work, a scene which Van Gogh recreated from memory because he wasn't allowed to paint in his bedroom at the asylum, will continue. They weren't going to give him brushes. They weren't going to give him anything that he could shank himself or somebody else with.
No.
I mean, that's just not how that works.
That's when you give them a crayon.
I don't think they had crayons back then, but that would have worked. A piece of chalk, that was something like that. And it says that at the center of the painting is its largest swirl, which has been interpreted not as hidden air turbulence, but another galaxy. American artist and photographer Michael Benson claimed in 2015 that the Starry Night was a drawing of the Whirlpool Galaxy, officially called M51 lowercase a. I hate that they're not just giving these things names now.
No.
And the Whirlpool Galaxy is about 23 million light years away and is roughly the size of the Milky Way at about 60,000 light years in diameter. But we know that the Starry Night is not a totally accurate representation of the scene, as the village consisting of houses and a church with distinctive steeple was a product of creative license. Records also suggest that the moon was going through its waning gibbous phase at the time the artwork was made, meaning it would have looked bigger than the crescent depicted in the top right corner. I think it's cool. Either way, it was probably, as far as people who have never been around artists, and artists are a different breed.
Mm-hmm. They are.
And a lot of it is learning to observe. That's one of the first things that they will teach you, that anybody who's got any sense will teach you to see.
Mm-hmm.
To see with all of your senses.
To smell it, to touch it, to taste it. You need to see it. You need to taste it, most of all.
To learn how to
lick the paint.
One of the most incredible experiments that people can do is learning to draw sound. To listen to music and just draw whatever comes through.
Mm-hmm.
It's not channeling.
No.
I mean,
no, it's not channeling.
Unless it's like it's that inner part that is creative and different things like that. Everybody has that. Most people have squelched it to the point they don't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can't tell you, and even kids, when I was still counseling, it's like, draw something. They're like, I can't draw. It's like, can you hold some kind of writing implement? And a lot of times it was crayons, depending on which kid I was working with.
No joke. Anyone who takes enough time can do art.
Sure. To learn to simply move whatever it is across paper.
Yeah. That is an innate, that is in our instincts, is to create.
It is. And it's a matter that people need to reclaim that.
Yeah.
To doodle. Mm-hmm. Find out whether you prefer geometric doodles or curve doodles or whatever.
I've just been doing I call them squiggle nests.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically you're moving your hand and you're not really drawing anything as specific. You're just making a bunch of squiggles and it's all continuous and then it ends up in a nest type thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything like that, because
one big static ball
gives your brain a break. It stimulates the different parts of your brain other than the thinking brain. And everybody's out of balance.
Yeah.
They truly, completely are. And if drawing is not your thing, as far as paint, you can go to a dollar store and get you a $1, maybe $1.25 at this point, watercolor or whatever they've got.
And it may not be the best quality of whatever. You can still create
color.
with it.
It's got color.
Yeah.
If it's got a brush, doing anything like that, if you want to create, there is no excuse.
Yeah.
That or Play-Doh.
Play-Doh.
Uh-huh.
We got some Play-Doh.
Uh-huh. And to get that creative part, to allow it to have voice again. Because, like I said, for so many people, excuse me, so many people that has been squelched, and that can, even if they don't like to do it, and that's fine. It's not for everybody to do it for a few minutes, just to sit there and go, well, yeah, I can actually hold some kind of writing implement and put it to paper.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to produce great works.
No. It's also about the stick figures.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people do some really cool shit with stick figures.
Sure. Uh-huh.
So,
But people have become so inhibited because they want to do it like somebody else or think they have to do it like whoever.
Why do they we are put on this earth to be our own individual selves. Why do we have to be like someone else?
You don't. It's not hard to sit and draw a circle, put a couple of dots, and make a little smile. Yeah. Or a frowny face or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not, but it's incredible how inhibited. Find out if you're inhibited.
Are you inhibited?
And to let that part of yourself, give it a voice just for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just doodles.
And there's different ways to make art too.
Sure.
There's all sorts of ways. You don't have to just draw.
I know, but that's usually what people have. They usually have some kind of pen and paper or something. And to start there. And then they could go and, like I said, get them some colors. I'm a huge fan of crayons.
Mm-hmm.
You can do incredible things with crayons.
Yeah, people
other than just eat them. They're tasty.
Don't eat the crayons.
Don't eat the crayons.
Don't eat the crayons. The purple ones don't taste like grape.
No, they really don't. They taste like wax. They just taste like wax.
It's probably the same, similar wax that they used in those wax lips.
If you're a crayon eater, everybody will know when you smile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Those small children that it was hilarious.
Were you a crayon eater?
Oh, no. No, I very much was not.
I didn't
weird.
think that you were, but...
No, I was not. But as long as they kept me in some kind of art supplies, I was okay.
I didn't eat the crayons, but I definitely did rub the graphite from the pencils all over my fingers and lick it off.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me. But
delicious.
People need to give themselves a break. I mean, just as far as listening to your favorite song it doesn't have to have words or not. Some of the ones who don't have words, I found over the years, those are the best for trying to do artwork because the words don't get in the way.
Mm-hmm. Because those words really can alter what you're creating or what's wanting to come out.
Sure. It's you're wanting to stimulate different parts of your brain.
Yeah.
Not just the ones that you hear. And language is something that most people use all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But to put on music, non-lyrical music, and draw what you hear.
Mm-hmm. Some people can taste color, see color.
Mm-hmm.
Similar things. It's just synesthesia. Draw what you see.
Yeah, synesthesia is a way cool thing. Now, I'm one of these that, if you get some kind of candy that is blue, it tastes blue. That's it. There's no raspberry there. It's just blue.
With a twinge of sour.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It leaves an aftertaste. An unpleasant one. It really does.
I like it. I like it.
You ate the graphite, so yeah, that doesn't.
I did. I was in elementary school.
No
I was in pre-K.
Taste.
I was in pre-K. And before licking the graphite off, I'd be like, I got alien fingers. I got alien fingers, and then I'd be
Goodness.
Just lick it off.
Yeah. This was the kid that came home and they had ceramic little Halloween things, and that he instead of painting the ghost white, specter white, he came home, he had painted a shadow person.
I did.
I still have it on the windowsill in the kitchen.
It's a shadow ghost.
Yeah. A shadow person. Mm-hmm. Final thoughts, kid.
Ooh. Final thoughts. I don't think Van Gogh was completely... I mean, he definitely was crazy.
There was something going on
but
there.
Not completely.
No, I mean, and the fact that he was able to still keep creating.
Mm-hmm. There's another woman who's still alive currently, and I think I've told you about her right now. She lives in a mental facility, but she is a well-known artist over there. A lot of polka dots.
Yeah.
A lot of polka dots.
Well, and for people that are in institutions, and I will tell you that we need long stay facilities again. We do.
Yeah.
Because that would be better to put these people in a mental institution than to put them in a prison.
I mean, other countries have them. How come America's the only one that has gotten rid of them?
Because we've made profit off of people that are suffering. It's not the American people. It's whoever these dark forces. And it's one of those, it's like, God, please, stop them soon. But as far as anybody who would profit off of somebody else's suffering and misery, that's evil. That's exactly what it is. But in some of the other facilities, they know, depending on the resident, what they're, what they can have and what they can't have. But to allow somebody to have art supplies, to be able to have that outlet, that can be a very healing thing. Mm-hmm. That was like that movie that we watched. Oh my goodness, that was a long time ago, and it was people that had they had some kind of dementia. It was Alzheimer's, or I think everything's just lumped under dementia. Mm-hmm. And that there was a group that they had little headphones and stuff. And I mean, these residents are to the point that they were nonverbal, they were non-functioning, and that they had little cassette players and stuff that had music from when the residents were young. Uh-huh. And that they had put the headphones, and it was incredible. It reached a part of these people that they thought was unreachable.
Did you see the one about the ballerina dancer? That was like, I think 90-something, or at least 100 and some. She was in her hospital bed. They showed her videos of her old performances.
Yeah.
And she would hum, and she loved watching it too. She was like that. She would talk about like what was what.
Sure.
And like where that was and what dance that was.
Mm-hmm. That's way cool. Mm-hmm. And it's a matter of, reaching people that are not only seemingly unreachable, but to reach parts of ourselves that can be seemingly unreachable. Mm-hmm. So is that your final thoughts on this one?
Yeah. Music is a powerful thing.
Art is a powerful thing.
Yeah. Music is a form of art.
It is. But then with this one, with the Van Gogh.
Yeah. Art is a powerful thing.
Yeah. And
in all forms.
Artists a lot of times see with that inner eye. It is on a spiritual level that it is not there in the natural, but they see it. Mm-hmm. Like I said, to bring the unseen into the visible world. So, if you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, tinfoil hats,
Bigfoot.
If you've had the syphilis, please go to a local health department and they can help you out with that.
I got medicine for that.
Yeah, don't be spreading that. Some of that stuff, these things out there these days that penicillin just will not touch.
No.
Anyhow, you can put comments in the comment section. I have so far, and I haven't even touched the email, and I just been challenged, really, really challenged lately.
Prayers.
But it's there, and that is cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and that's there in the description box if you need that.
Check her out on BitChute, Rumble, YouTube, also X, previously known as Twitter, Werlanda, COCWS. Thank you all for joining us. Have a good.
Know that you are loved. Mm-hmm. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.